I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to the elders, great millstone. And salutations to all y'all coming how the Bible is big to the marriage. I'm going to get Lamentations chapter 4, verse 23. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. But what does the Lord mean when he said rejoice and be glad? Because Esau did everything he can, to destroy this nation, Putting fluoride in the water. Not only destroy this nation, but destroy the whole world. And that's all his spirit been about is death, The grim reaper, that idea, that's Esau, harbinger of death, He's the one with that scythe, saying, rejoice and be glad, because Esau did everything he can, all the wickedness he ever done, how he felt, and he did it, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Thou shalt make thyself naked. Everybody's going to be seeing it. Everybody's going to see his wickedness, And the cup shall pass to him. Which means everything that happened to us, is going to happen onto him. Wait, let me get another scripture, Psalms 137:8. Through, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, as thou hast served us. We're gonna reward Babylon, how Babylon served us. Wickedness, hard bondage. Who's the rulers of Babylon? Esau. Esau is in rulership. And he's gonna pay for what he did. I'm gonna get Revelation 12 and 12. I just gotta rejoice and be glad because I'm gonna get these ice raids. That's happening in the United States. Rejoice and be glad. Esau doing everything he can. $35 arrested in Trump touted ICE operations that target 2,000. ICE in Nashville standoff with Hermitage neighbors highlights police role. Did ICE raids happen? Trump says yes, but the time frame is unclear. Cities prepare for showdown with Trump over ICE raid. You have to come through. You have to come through us. Alright, let's see this. Red Hot ICE raids. Immigrants in Miami, LA, New York, and other cities brace for arrest. That's Esau coming down having that great wrath. Anxiety inducing for these raid announcements have been designed to instill fear in the immigrant community. In the basement of St. Lucy's Church in Newark, New Jersey, more than 50 people gathered to hear a presentation on what they should do if ICE agents came knocking. Who has 2 U.S.-born children, said he thinks twice before leaving his house every morning for work. He said he spoke to his sister-in-law, a U.S. citizen, about taking care of the children if he's detained for lack of immigration permission. You always have so much fear because the children are growing. It's Esau, that prophecy speaking that's coming to pass, this has to happen, Donald Trump being in office is making prophecy happen, so, if you're with the truth, you would think, thank the Lord that he put back, him in office. Let me see how many minutes I got, but this video shuts on me. Alright, I got a good another 5 minutes. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. who's in the heavens right now? Esau. He's on top of the world. Talking about the first heaven. This is heaven to Esau. And you that dwell in them. Talking about the elite. Rejoice. Woe to inhabit the earth and of the sea. Who's on the earth and the sea? And that's talking about the people, the average American citizen. Going to Target or going to the smaller minor people in this country. Woe to inhabitants of the sea, woe to inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down onto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. That's why I said, therefore rejoice, ye heavens. Who's in the heavens? Who's on top of the world right now? Esau, the so-called white man. He also said, he's gonna have great wrath. He said the devil's gonna come down having great wrath. That's why I said, rejoice, heavens. Because Esau is gonna because he knows he's had a short time. The Lord's coming back. Esau, the Leviathan, all these beasts, these mighty creatures the Lord made are gonna come up out of the wherever they're probably from the sky, the ground, the water. The Leviathan comes from the water. Behemoth comes from the ground. Somewhere on earth as we speak. I bet everything's getting tired of Esau. The pollution, the poisoning of food and water. These animals are also getting tired of him. Like you never know, man. In that day, everything's probably gonna go against Esau. The birds, the squirrels. I'm just naming names, but it's probably gonna be more than that. Animals are gonna break out of cages. Everyone's getting tired of Esau, but another thing Esau been doing is messing with Iran. So lucky my video couldn't be longer, but I still got time. Iran is acting like the international villain of Trump prophecy. Iran and the United States have no formal diplomatic relations since 1980. Pakistan serves as Iran's protecting power in the United States, while Switzerland serves as America's protecting power in Iran. Alright, let's read this. Iran could find allies in the Arab world comprising Syria, Lebanon, Kuwait, Iraq. On the other hand, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, United Arab Emirates united against Iran with support from the United States. I'm going to read this. It's not a coincidence that allies are striking out on their own. Countries in the Pacific worry that U.S. is forcing them to choose between their economic connections to China and their security relationships with the U.S. And while they're forcing this choice, the U.S. is also publicly calling the security guarantees into question. President Trump did so before arriving in Japan for a G20 summit. Meanwhile, European allies blame Trump administration tactics for Iran's decision to lash out at shipping in the Gulf. That's why British Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt stressed that the purpose of multinational force would dissociate European governments from U.S. policy towards Iran. It will not be part of Hunt explicitly said it will not be part of the U.S. maximum pressure policy on Iran because we remain committed to preserving the Iran nuclear agreement. So no one's with America on the European governments are tired of America's policies of putting sanctions on them. Everybody's getting tired of it, Everybody's gonna turn their back on America, But that's it on that. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honor to the elder great millstone. And salutations to all Yakim on the highways and byways leading to the marriage. Till next time, I say shalom.